Welcome to Circles, Lesson 2, Calculating Circumference. Remember some previous reminders from Lesson 1. The diameter is the line segment that is all the way across the circle through the center, and it's twice the size of the radius. You take the radius and multiply it by 2 to get the diameter. The radius is the line segment from the center to the edge. You divide the diameter by 2 to get the radius. And the diameter is 2 times the radius, or the radius is the diameter divided by 2. All right, circumference is the distance around a circle. Think of it as a circle yard, and it's the amount of fencing you're going to need. It's like the perimeter, but it's called circumference. It's calculated using a formula, and there's 2 formulas. If we're given the diameter, we use the formula C equals pi d, which that just means pi, the 3.14 that we talked about, times the diameter. Or, if we're given the radius, we use this formula C equals 2 pi r. That just means 2 times the radius, 2r, times pi. Basically, you're just getting the diameter and using pi. So let's see how that works. All right, if you're given the diameter, you use the formula C equals pi d, and you're just going to be multiplying. So let's calculate the circumference of this circle. Notice it's telling us that CD, the diameter, is equal to 10. So if we use our formula, C equals pi d, then we would get pi times 10. And so then you would just do 3.14 times 10. And you get 31.4. So our circumference is 31.4 units, because there's nothing written there. All right, let's try some more without actual circles. They want us to calculate the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 2. So we would have C equals pi d. That's the formula we would use. So C equals pi times 2. And remember, pi is 3.14 times 2. And so that'd be 6.28. So the circumference with a diameter of 2 would be 6.28. All right, a diameter of 11, it would just be pi times 11. And so 3.14 times 11. So we would get 34.54. And then a diameter of 7. So by now you should know that you're just taking 3.14 and multiplying it times 7. So we end up with 21.98. All right. If we're finding the circumference given the radius, we use the formula C equals 2 pi r. So if you look, this line segment from B to C is 8 units. And so our formula would be C equals 2 pi r. So we're going to have 2 times pi times 8. Well, 2 times 8 is 16 times pi. And so we come over here, 3.14 times 16. So we get 50.24. All right, we have a radius of 2 pi r. So we would do 2 times pi times 2. So that's going to be 4 times pi. So we would have 3.14 times 4. And if you remember 2, a radius of 2 would give us a diameter of 4, and that takes you back to the original formula. Pi times the diameter. So we get 12.56. At a radius of 6, 2 times pi times 6, which would be 12 times pi. So we get 37.68. And the last one, a radius of 15. Hopefully by now you've realized you're just doubling the radius and getting a diameter. Put your first 0. All right, go here. There we go. So you end up with 94.20. 94.20 would be the circumference when you have a radius of 15 or a diameter of 30. All right, I've included, on the next slide, I've included a table, a circumference given the diameter. So if you have a diameter, you use this chart to calculate your diameter. So if we have a diameter of 1, we would have a circumference of 3.14. If we have a diameter of 2, 6.28. And I've included all the way to 20 on your chart. So all you have to do when you're working out your assignments is figure out what your diameter is and then go find your chart, and that tells you your rounded circumference to the nearest hundredth. As always, thanks for watching. Email me at bethemath@gmail.com.